Hello and welcome to our latest video. Today we're going to be discussing the Nexus Lite software. We'll be going over how to install the software, how to configure the hardware going into the console, so external sensors, be showing how to input those sensors in the software, how to put in offsets, how to change a beacon channel and turn a beacon on, and we'll also show you some of our fault finding that can help you if you're having issues with the system. Thank you for joining us. Let's get started. Firstly, let's show how to install the Nexus Lite software. Provided with the Nexus Lite will be either a CD or memory stick containing the Nexus software. This will need to be installed on a Windows machine. Navigate to the Nexus installer and follow the on-screen steps to install. Once complete, the user will be able to find this in the Start menu. With the software installed, the user will now have to set up the hardware. Connect the transceiver to the console with the provided umbilical and plug in the USB-A to USB connector into the computer. We recommend plugging directly into an available USB port on the PC and not using a USB hub. The power supply should then be connected. The console will then need to be switched on using the power switch. The power light on the front of the system should illuminate. With the console on, the software can now be launched. The user should hear a mechanical click in the console. This is normal, it's the power relay activating. When the software launches, it will start communicating with the transceiver. This can roughly take 20 seconds and will have a loading bar saying progress. When the loading bar has disappeared, the user should see the heading updating. If any errors have been detected in the system, this will show in the event log below with a red marker indicator indicating fault or error. Now the software is up and running, the user can now start setting the software for their requirements. The first thing we'll be going over is the sensor inputs. As we have said before, although the 2683 transceiver supplied with the Nexus Lite has sensors internally, we do recommend using external when available, especially for the heading. So let's go over that now. The first thing to do is plug your source into the rear of the Nexus Lite console. Just make note of what source you have plugged into which port. You then need to go to the Edit System Configuration tab, shown by the little spanner on the menu bar, and this will open a new window. And the first tab available is the Data In tab. The first thing we're going to do in this tab is go to the bottom of the window and select the compass source. Normally this will be set to internal for a fresh install, and we're going to change this to external for an external gyro. So for port 1 above, we're going to select the baud rate, the data bits, the parity and the stop bits to match that of our data string. We're then going to go down and select the gyro for the device you're inputting. And in the final box below, we want to select the data string being input into the system. Next, we're going to add a GPS string. This will be done through serial port 2. So as before, we'll configure the serial features of the data string to match that of the data string being sent to us. We'll then select the device as GPS. The data string option will now show as NEMA. We support the majority of the industry standard strings, and the software will automatically decode the ones it receives if supported. For a full list of supported strings, please consult the manual. Next, we'll tick the Apply GPS data. This will geo-reference the beacon positions in the software. Finally, press OK, and that's the input devices set up. Next, we're going to show offsets. We're going into a deeper dive of offsets and how to work them out in a future video, but for the time being, we're just going to show you how to set the offset difference between a transceiver and a positioning source. To set offsets, we'll be going back to the system configuration window and then navigating to the transceiver tab. The user will want to change the reference offsets. This is the measured difference between the reference point, so in this case our GPS antenna, to the transceiver. When the user enters a value, the user will see the position of the transceiver move on the graphics to the left, to give a rough visual idea of how the transceiver lines up with the GPS. To set up the beacon, the user will need to open the beacon editor window. This should be part of the standard windows in the top right, but if it isn't available, then you will need to press the beacon editor button on the menu bar shown here. With the window available, the user will need to select the channel type they wish to use. A number are available, but for this instance, we'll be using the spread spectrum channel. With the channel type selected, the user will need to select the channel they wish to use. This is done by going to the channel drop-down and selecting the channel the beacon is configured to, or will be configured to. To start tracking, simply tick the Tracking On box. The display window on the left should start tracking the object. Finally, we want to show some of the fault-finding features of the Nexus software. If you find you're having issues that require technical support, then the user should start a recording. This is done via the red camera button on the top right. The user should record several minutes of data, ideally with the beacon tracking in water. While this is recording, navigate to Help, User Info, and fill in the relevant information. When the data has been collected, the recording can be stopped. The user should then close the window and go Help, Request Support. This will open a new window, and in the Attachments section, the user should select the recorded file showing the error. Once selected, the user should press the Save File option. This creates a zip file that can be sent to technical support to help understand any issues you are having. And that concludes the video. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you found the video useful. If you require any more information, please visit us at our website down below. We'll see you again soon.